Yet again, another DC movie that has a lot of mixed reviews, and not a lot of people like it when we wanted it to be good. Okay, Batman the Killing Joke. Here's my review. This is going to be a spoiler review. So, if you have not seen the Batman the Killing Joke, I'm sorry. It's been out for a while. You had your chance. You still have a chance to go watch it, but right now, I'm going to spoil the movie for you. If you don't care, you can go ahead and stay. Just go watch the movie, and come back and enjoy this review. So, without further ado, let's get on with this review. This movie is a good movie. Maybe I let's just say I enjoy Suicide Squad more, even though I wanted to enjoy this movie even more. So this movie, it's based on the graphic novel from Alan Moore that everybody knows. I mean, any nerd or geek, whatever you call it, everyone pretty much knows it. And so when they announced this movie last year, I was so hyped. I was like, what? And then they gave it an R rating, and then they cast Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill to play their parts again as Batman and the Joker. So I was like, oh my god, this movie's going to be amazing. And then, then they also announced the 15-minute prologue. I think it was 15 minutes. It was probably more. I don't remember. And then I was, I thought it was going to be cool. And they said, it's going to be so that way when she gets shot by the Joker, you feel for her. You're like, oh, God, that sucks. And I'm just going to say the movie did not do its part for making us feel for Batgirl, even though we know Batgirl in the comics, we know her in the Arkham games, we know her, we know her as a character, so honestly, we already feel for her, but this movie makes me dislike her, and like that scene where she gets shot by the Joker, I was like, yes, finally she gets shot, no, like, it's just, what they wanted to do is when she gets shot, you're gonna be like, dang, oh, that sucks, but you already know what's gonna happen, and then you kind of don't care when it happens because of her. I don't know. I just really didn't feel for her that much, or like I don't know what word to use for this. I just felt that they didn't do a good job with the prologue, and I did not enjoy it. Like, I rewatched the movie and I just skipped to when the book starts. Where Batman goes to the prison cell to talk to the Joker. I just skipped to that part because I just don't like watching that whole prologue. And the worst part about that prologue is, so you know what, you guys probably already know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and describe it for you. So there's a mob, the mob boss, what, I don't know what you call it, but that person has a crush on Batgirl, or maybe he's pretending it, and so she gets all interested in him, and she wants to go do the case, and then she keeps getting played on, like she makes, like, he makes her look retarded, like he, like, kind of like make her get into him, and then she'll like mess up or something. Like in the beginning, she sees the guy, he like gives her a kiss, I think, and then like she falls out of the car, and then Batman stops them. So like so she's getting all interested. She's like, okay, I want to go do this myself, and then so she gets mad because Batman's like, no, stay out of it. This is I'm gonna handle it because this guy is just doing this so that way he can kill you or whatever. And then she's like, no, she's getting upset. She's like, I do this with you, how Batman and Robin always are. So it's the same thing with Batgirl. So then you understand. Then she gets mad and she just starts throwing punches, and they start fighting. And then I was actually surprised when she actually grabbed him and flipped him over. I was like, oh wow. And then she got on top of him. And then she like froze, and I'm like, okay, that's that moment when they realize what they're doing is wrong, and then they go run away and they carry on with their life. And so I expected that, and then all of a sudden, bat sex. Oh my god, she just starts making out with Batman. I'm like, what? So, for those of you who are like, oh, come on, it's just, always the superheroes always have to have a girlfriend, maybe that's the people who don't know nothing about the Batman universe. Batman was more of that father figure to Barbara Gordon. I know Commissioner Gordon's her dad, but like she was more like. The thing is, they're not meant to have a relationship. You see, I don't think they confirmed what Batman's age is in this movie. But when I think of Kevin Conroy's Batman, I think he's like 40, like the 40-year-old Batman, middle age, he's like around there. And so every time I hear, and then he also kind of has like some kind of, I don't know what it is. Like when you look at his face in the movie, he looks he doesn't look like a 20-year-old. He doesn't look like a 30-year-old. No, he looks much older. So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but how he talks and how he looks in the movie, that's what you assume. That's what I assume. And then Barbara's like 20, in her early 20s probably, her mid 20s. I don't know where she is. And I'm like, and then they start making out, and I'm just like, what? This is like, for those of you who like to see Batman be a pedophile, this is your movie. Not for me. I hated that. But the only funny part in that scene is when, they kind of like show, Barbara on top of Batman and she like rips off her bat suit. That's not the part where, you see her. It's when they pan up and, you see a gargoyle just staring down at them. And it looks so funny because they look like a freaking like the gargoyle looks like a pervert just staring down. That's the funny part. But and the thing is, it wasn't even a real sex scene. It's like, and this movie to me is not really a rated R movie. It could just be a hard PG-13. Not a rated R movie. Not like Deadpool or anything, which is I thought it would be, and did not expect a sex scene. And you could call it a sex scene. It's really not. It's just Batman pedophile scene. If you want to look it up and find it for yourself, that's what it pretty much is. And I did not like that about the movie. So yeah, that whole prologue is just bad. I hated it. Okay, if you guys enjoyed that part of the movie, then that's your guys' opinion, I guess. If you like it, then that's you. But me and a bunch of people, we didn't like it. I didn't like it. How it's just how Batman. Even if you make Batman, as like the same age as her, I still think it would have been just like what? Like, point is, I did not like that. I did not like that entire prologue. Every time I watch it, I will skip it. I suggest you do too. If you did not like it, you just skip to that scene where Batman goes to talk to the Joker and interrogate him. And so now I'm just gonna go skip to that now that I explain the bad of the movie, which is that. The good of the movie is after that scene, after that whole prologue ends and, it starts where the jail cell. It's the comic book just ripped into the, to your TV or big screen. I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't watch it I didn't go to a screening, which I did want to. So I waited a while when the movie came out. But still. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. It's just, that bothers me so much. Okay. So, but yeah, like I said, it's just the book put right into the big screen. And still, even in that part, it's not even rated R. Like, it's not it's like a hard PG-13. Batman, he goes to the Joker, he finds out that's not the real Joker, and, he interrogates him. And this is another funny part. Batman is like, interrogating him. He's like, where is he or whatever? I'm gonna like hurt you. And then Gordon comes in the cell. He's like, if you lay a finger on a jail oh my God, I just lost the word. An inmate, my bad. If you lay a hair on the inmate and then Batman, you don't even see it. You just see like the guy's wig just fall on Gordon's hand. He's like, and then he's like, okay, where are you? And there are some scenes added, like, for example, I mean, I haven't read the book in a while, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't a scene where Batman goes to a bridge and asks these, like, people that's under the bridge, you have seen the Joker, and then the ladies are like, oh, yeah, he usually comes here when he breaks out, and he didn't come, or I don't remember, something like that. They said, I don't think that was in the book, but I thought it was a cool scene, Batman just trying to find out where he is. And Batman does amazing, Kevin Conroy, he's the man, okay, he's the Batman for real. I wish he had the body structure as Batman. That sounds weird, but like if you've seen the guy, I mean, I'm not making fun of him or anything. He's a legend, but like if he was just like freaking Ben Affleck or Christian Bale size, and he was still in his like prime time where he was more younger, and he had that voice and he looked like them. That would be so awesome to see him in the big screen, just have that real life voice, and then that'd be just so awesome. But anyways, back to Kevin Conroy. He was amazing in this movie. And then you have the Joker. His scenes are awesome in the movie too. I loved him. You don't get him until the prologue ends, which is why it's another reason why it's like not fun at all, because there's no Joker. This is a movie where Joker is trying to prove his point that a normal man can go insane, which is why he shoots Barbara Gordon, and then she gets crippled, and then he kidnaps Gordon, gets him bare naked, takes him to his little fun house, and then just puts him in a roller coaster, and he's just doing stuff that makes him go insane. Like, there's a part in the ride where this is also iconic, where he's in the roller coaster, and then there's a bunch of TVs, and then it's like pictures that Joker took when he like shot Barbara, and then he took off her clothes and took pictures of her, and I also heard something, like, I don't remember. I think that he said something about he raped her. I don't know, something about. I think that was when Batman goes to the hospital, where like the guy's like, oh yeah, she probably got raped or whatever. But I don't see why that's important. I don't even see. I don't think that was in the book either. But yeah, so he's just showing all those pictures, and he's just like traumatized and whatever. And then he gets off the ride, and he's all just knocked out. He's just like, he wasn't insane. He was just not awake. And then Joker's just like, oh, this wasn't supposed to turn out how it was planned. He tells the guards to go put him somewhere in a cage. So yeah, but that whole scene, and then Batman comes to the fun house. My bad. And he just he's taking out all those guys, like those freak shows in the oh my god, I'm losing my words, in the little fun house. And like, I also love that scene where Batman, he sees a guy dressed up as Joker, and he looks just like Joker. He's sitting down on a chair and has like little baby toys on it. It was all weird. And then he runs up, takes off the hat, and it's just this giant dude just punches him or throws him. I don't remember. And that whole fight, just that whole entire scene was amazing. And also, when Batman goes to stop the Joker at the end, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And how the dialogue is the same in the book, like that part where Joker's like, sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes I remember the other. If I had a pass, I prefer it to be multiple choice. Like, that whole part, I was just like, oh my god, and how he delivers it. And I also love the look of Joker in this movie. Like, I don't know, I just love that look where his hair is like kind of spiky like that. You guys know what I mean. So, and then that whole scene where they're in the upside down room where the chairs are up in the ceiling, and then Joker's just beating Batman, and he's like, why are you laughing? And he like tries to punch Batman, and Batman throws him like through the wall and whatever. And like also the soundtrack in that part where Joker drops his gun, and Joker tries to reach for it. That whole soundtrack is like so tense, and even though you know what's gonna happen, like my shoulders were up. I was like, oh god. And then obviously, he aims the gun at Batman, and it's the little flag. It says bam or boom, whatever. And he's like, god damn it. Well, go ahead, kick my ass, and whatever. It was so funny and awesome, and just his voice acting is amazing. And then also the ending where the not controversy, but like, where fans still debate about, did Batman kill the Joker at the end when Joker tells the joke. And when I first read it, I never got what it meant. Like, I always read it, I'm like, what's the joke? Like, I don't see the joke. And then I watched the movie, and it was kind of a dumb joke, but it was also kind of, you get the joke, but it's like, oh, that's funny, But Batman just starts laughing with the Joker. He's like, his laugh is creepy. Like, I saw an interview where he does that laugh, and it's just creepy. And my little brother was watching the movie around. He didn't watch that whole prologue thing. He was just around in the ending, and the ending is okay, so he was watching it, and then he saw that, and then he was creeped out. Like, he grabbed the controller, and he turned off the TV. He was like, done, stop. And I was laughing so hard, and I was kind of disappointed that it just, I was kind of upset that it ended like that, just like in the book, but I kind of liked it. It was kind of mixed, because I wanted to see, did Batman really kill him? And another thing is, I saw a video where somebody talks about, when Batman grabs Joker, you don't really see him grab his neck or anything, but when he does grab his shoulders or whatever he grabs, I don't remember, like, you only hear Batman laughing, and you don't hear the Joker laughing. He like, stops laughing, and so that's, people are saying that he's strangling him and whatever, and then, so, I don't know, really, And also, there's an after credit scene just to see if if they would explain something. Like, hey, he actually did kill the Joker, but it was just Barbara Gordon going in her wheelchair, and then she turns on the computer, and she has like her own mini Batcave, and she puts on the headset, and she's like, okay, I'm ready to do this. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, we all knew she was gonna turn into Oracle. You could have come up with a better after credit scene. So now that I've ranted and talked about the good stuff of this movie, let me know what you guys think about this movie in the comment section below. And I think that's it for the movie. I think I have nothing else to explain. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Batman vs Superman review maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah, I think I explained in my last video that school starts on Wednesday, so maybe I'll do a video around the rest of the week. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.